My country people, make everybody gather round, pull up a plastic chair, and pour yourself a very cold drink. Because if you think you have seen ultimate drama on the Nigerian internet this year, I am here to tell you that you haven't seen anything yet. We have officially crossed the boundary from standard celebrity gossip into a full-blown, high-stakes political thriller. Right now, as we speak, a cold war has exploded between the political office in the land, the Nigerian presidency, and the absolute kings of our everyday timelines, our top internet content creators. We are talking about a direct, unfiltered clash involving presidential aides, deepfake artificial intelligence, state security warnings, and two of the loudest, most influential voices on the digital streets, VeryDarkMan and Nasboi. For years, the people in power treated social media like a playground for children, a place where youths just go to watch dance videos, laugh at 30-second skits, and look at celebrity outfits. But suddenly, the tables have turned. Aso Rock has finally realized that a single viral video recorded in a bedroom with a smartphone can command more attention, more trust, and more immediate national influence than a 2-hour official state television broadcast. And guess what? They are not happy about it. Within the last few days, the tension reached an absolute boiling point. First, you have the National Center for Disease Control handling health scares on one side. The presidency raised an emergency alarm over sophisticated AI deepfakes trying to destabilize the nation's narrative. Then, out of nowhere, a prominent presidential aide openly singled out and went to war with iconic skit maker and musician Nasboi over a viral video discussing insecurity in Nigeria. Nasboi didn't back down. He fired back with a heavy, emotional response that broke the internet. The land is unsafe. I can barely sleep. This isn't just a standard internet argument, guys. This is a systematic, highly calculated attempt by the political machinery to control the narrative, police the digital space, and send a clear, chilling warning to every content creator, influencer, and everyday citizen who uses their phone to speak the truth to power. In this video, we are breaking down the exact timeline of this digital war. We will look at the viral audio clip that put VDM in the crosshairs of federal prosecutors, the heated Twitter clash between Dada Olusegun and Nasboi, the reality of everyday security on the streets of Lagos, and the ultimate answer to the burning question: are Nigerian content creators officially unsafe? If you want to stay updated with the absolute truth, completely unfiltered and filled with premium logic, smash that like button right now, subscribe to the channel, and let's dive straight into the digital battlefield. Let's start with the match that officially sets the timeline on fire this week, the Nasboi incident. Now, anyone who knows Nasboi knows him as a master of comedy, a brilliant musician, and a content creator who has spent years making millions of Nigerians laugh with his incredible character imitations and viral skits. He is generally not a political agitator, he is an entertainer. But a few days ago, Nasboi did what any normal human being living in Nigeria would do. He looked at the current stage of things, felt a deep sense of worry about the creeping wave of insecurity and unusual happenings around the commercial nerve center of Lagos, and recorded a brief, emotional video. He wasn't chanting political slogans or calling for a revolution. He was simply expressing the raw, everyday anxiety of a young Nigerian who wants to step out of his house and be 100% sure he will return home safely to his family. But as the video began to rake in hundreds of thousands of views, hitting the top of the trending pages, it landed right on the dashboard of Dada Olusegun, the special assistant to the President Bola Tinubu on social media. Now, instead of the administration looking at the complaint as feedback from a prominent citizen, Dada Olusegun shows the path of premium administrative violence. He publicly called out Nasboi on Twitter, X, effectively accusing him of using his massive platform to spread unnecessary fear, panic, and despondency among the populace. The message from the presidency was clear: keep making your comedy skits, keep singing your songs, but do not dare to talk about the security situation of the country. My country people, this is where humor meets absolute reality. The government expects creators to act like everything is perfectly fine, even when the streets are telling a completely different story. Nasboi's response to the call-out was instant, unedited, and deeply related. He made it clear that he isn't speaking from a place of malice or politics. He is speaking from a place of survival. When he said, "The land is unsafe, I can barely sleep," he wasn't just speaking for himself. He was speaking the silent mind of billions of citizens who look over their shoulders every time they walk through a dark street or drive home late at night. The audacity of the government's response is what makes this highly ironic. It's like a doctor telling a patient who is actively coughing blood to stop making noise because the coughing is making the hospital look bad. Instead of addressing the core issues of policing, street safety, and community security, the immediate strategy was to attempt to silence the guy with the microphone. But Nasboi's refusal to tremble or delete his video set a whole new precedent for the creator community. While the war with Nasboi was raging on the left flank of the internet, a much more dangerous, highly legal battle was exploding on the right flank involving the internet's most controversial commentator, VeryDarkMan. VDM is famous for jumping into heavy issues with zero filters, zero fear, and a massive dose of raw street language. He is a man who thrives in the center of chaos. But this week, VDM entered a territory that made even his most loyal fans hold their breath. He posted an incredibly controversial viral audio clip that allegedly featured the voice of President Bola Tinubu, making highly sensitive, shocking remarks regarding national insecurity, World Bank loan dynamics, and strategic maneuverings for the upcoming 2027 election cycle. The audio instantly went viral, jumping from phone to phone on WhatsApp groups and raking up millions of views on TikTok within a matter of hours. The impact was so loud that the presidency did not just send a social media aide to reply. They issued an official emergency alert from the central administration. The administration stated that sophisticated cyber actors are now actively using advanced artificial intelligence tools to clone the voices of top state officials, weaponizing regional and religious sentiments to create massive internal chaos. They didn't stop at a denial. They openly threatened to investigate and prosecute VDM and anyone else involved in distributing or authenticating what they termed manipulated digital sabotage. This is where the plot thickens into deep complexity. Whether that specific audio was 100% fake or a product of high-level leaks, the underlying reality is that artificial intelligence has officially entered the theater of Nigerian politics. We have entered an era where the government can look at a real piece of damaging evidence and easily label it AI deepfake, and simultaneously, cyber criminals can create a fake piece of evidence that looks 100% real. By threatening VDM with federal prosecution, Aso Rock signaled that they are no longer treating social media commentary as mere internet noise. They are treating it as a matter of national security. If you share an audio clip or a video that the state deems manipulative, you could find yourself facing cybercrime laws that carry heavy prison sentences. The internet playground has officially become a legal minefield. Now, let's take a step back and look at a larger picture. Why is the presidency suddenly so sensitive? Why are top presidential aides spending their valuable working hours tracking down skit makers and online commentators? Why not just ignore them and focus on governance? The answer is simple, clear, and mathematically proven. The political elites are terrified because they have completely lost control of the national narrative. Historically, if the government wanted to manage information, they only needed to control a few national television stations, print newspapers, and radio networks. If a story wasn't approved by the regulatory bodies, it simply didn't see the light of the day. But today, in 2026, every single Nigerian with a smartphone, a stable internet connection, and data is a fully functional, independent broadcasting house. Think about the sheer numbers. When a top creator like Nasboi or VDM drops a video, within 10 minutes, the engagement metrics are higher than the prime-time viewership of major national news networks. The youth don't wait for the 9 p.m. news to know what is happening in their country. They open their phones and get the raw, unedited, live updates directly from their peers on the ground. This structural shift has created a massive crisis of authority for Aso Rock. They are realizing that when they release a beautifully written 5-page press statement filled with long English words and administrative jargon, the average citizen doesn't read past the first paragraph. But when a content creator sits down in front of a camera, breaks down that exact same policy in plain, humorous street pidgin, and exposes the flaws using comedy, the entire nation instantly understands and adopts that perspective. The government's sudden aggressive stance against Nasboi and VDM is a desperate attempt to reclaim that lost territory. They want to set examples with high-profile names so that smaller creators will think twice before making content that criticizes state policies. It is a psychological game of intimidation designed to force self-censorship on the creator community so that the only narrative dominating the internet is the official, polished PR coming out of Abuja. But let's look at this from the perspective of the creators themselves. What does it actually mean to be a content creator or digital journalist in Nigeria under this type of intense atmosphere? Being a content creator in Nigeria is already one of the most stressful professions you can think of. You have to deal with the constant power outages, buy expensive internet data bundles that disappear like smoke, navigate erratic local transport logistics, and constantly dodge extortion from area boys every time you set up a tripod on a public street. Now, on top of all those structural hurdles, content creators are being forced to carry the heavy mental burden of political surveillance. Imagine trying to brainstorm a funny script or a creative video concept, but at the back of your mind, you are constantly wondering, if I make this joke about the economy, will DSS show up at my studio tomorrow morning? If I mention the security situation in my neighborhood, will a presidential aide trend my name on Twitter and tag me an enemy of the state? This surveillance state directly collides with the real-life environment the creators are living in. Over the past few weeks, we've seen major health bodies like the NCDC issuing nationwide alerts of epidemiological safety, while security agencies are simultaneously releasing high-level tactical advisories regarding regional monitoring. As human beings who live on the ground, not in bulletproof government convoys, creators experience these anxieties in real time. When Nasboi said he can barely sleep, he was experiencing the vulnerability of an individual who knows that fame and a verified social media badge cannot protect you from a random street emergency or an institutional overreach. The state wants creators to live in a bubble of complete pretense, to use their platforms to promote a false sense of absolute tranquility while ignoring the genuine cries of the community that gave them their platforms in the first place. But the true power of the Nigerian internet has always been its ability to reflect the raw, unedited reality of the common man. My country people, as we watch this high-level chess game unfold between the state machinery and the digital elite, we must realize that this involves every single one of us. You don't need to have 2 million followers to be affected by this new wave of narrative policing. Every time you retweet a viral video, share a sensitive broadcast message on your family WhatsApp group, or leave a heated comment on a political post, you are actively participating in this digital war. So, how do we as intelligent citizens navigate this high-stakes digital minefield without falling victim to cyber manipulation or state intimidation? The NCDC gave us guidelines to survive health scares, and today, we need clear, strict guidelines to survive the information war. Verify before you share. With advanced AI deepfakes now actively entering Nigerian politics, you can no longer trust an audio clip simply because it sounds exactly like a prominent leader. Check reliable, independent news outlets to confirm if the audio has been verified by digital forensics before you push it to your network. Support constructive voices. When content creators risk their comfort and platforms to speak on community issues like insecurity and inflation, do not leave them isolated. Engage with their content constructively. Keep the conversations focused on real facts and avoid turning serious national issues into a mere tribal or political arguments. Understand the cybercrime laws. Educate yourself on the boundaries of digital expression under current regulations. Expressing your personal anxiety about safety, just like Nasboi did, is a fundamental human right. However, fabricating false data, orchestrating malicious fabrications, or distributing unverified leaks can expose you to severe legal vulnerabilities. Keep the pressure on core governance. Do not let online celebrity back and forth distract you from the actual metrics that matter. The price of cooking gas, the safety of public transport paths, the efficiency of our hospitals. These are the real indicators of national progress, not the number of tweets and aid releases in a day. The digital space belongs to the people. The digital space belongs to the people. It is the one space where the voice of the ordinary citizen cannot be easily drowned out by official bureaucracy. Protecting the integrity, safety, and freedom of this space is a collective responsibility that rests on the shoulders of every single person watching this video right now. My people, the lines have been drawn, the actors are on stage, and the battle for the control of Nigeria's social media narrative is officially in overdrive. The presidency is deploying its aides and legal threats. Creators like Nasboi and VDM are standing their ground with raw street authenticity, and the entire nation is watching to see who blinks first. But as I always say, the ultimate verdict doesn't belong to Asurok, and it doesn't belong to the social media influencers. It belongs entirely to you, the community. I want to hear your unfiltered thoughts in the comment section below. Do you feel the presidential aides are completely overstepping their boundaries by going after skit makers who talk about everyday insecurity? How do you think we can effectively fight against dangerous AI deepfakes without allowing the government to completely silence free speech on internet? Let's get an intense, highly intelligent conversation going down in the comments. You already know I am always active, reading every single perspective and pinning the most brilliant analysis. If this video brought immense clarity to your day and gave you a deeper understanding of the political forces operating behind your everyday timelines, do me a massive favor and smash that like button right now. Make sure to click that big subscribe button and smash the notification bell so you never miss our next deep dive documentary on the events shaping our world. Share this video immediately on your family forums, your office chats, and your social media timelines to keep the people you care about safe, alert, and fully informed. Thank you so much for your time. Stay safe on the streets, protect your digital space, and I will see you in the very next deep dive video. Bye for now.